All right, students, we're going to discuss framing your artwork. It's a great way to finish your work and make it look more like a well done, presentable piece for the public, almost like an art museum type of practice. So we have several sizes of paper. We have computer paper. Sometimes we do things on that, like these eagles over here. They were done on computer paper, so they would get a certain size of construction paper behind them. And a lot of our good paper will go on a larger piece of construction paper. So here's where we get the paper. If you go in this supply room, I have this eagle that's done on computer paper. It could use this colored paper right here. That size will work. If you have larger artwork that's on the good construction paper, like this, then it needs to go on larger construction paper. We find that larger construction paper up here on the very top, or in Mr. Kingery's other supply room over there on the top shelf. There are some more colors right there. I'm going to frame this eagle, and I'm going to show you how we do that. So choosing a color, I'll just grab blue. It looks like there's plenty of blue. I'm going to go in here by the cutting board. Okay, the cutting board has a ruler on the top. If I look, sometimes you can just set your artwork down and kind of eyeball it and see if it's how much you need to trim off. And we want to try to frame it with all sides of the border equal. So I'm looking at that, and it looks like about a ½ inch needs to come off of this side here. So I'm going to take this up here. I'm going to lift the handle up in the air. Little squeaky, needs some oil. I'm going to slide the construction paper. It's a 12-inch piece of paper. That's what the ruler says. I'm going to slide it under the cutting area to, now I'm at 11.5 inches. I've just removed, I'm going to remove a ½ inch off of that edge. Let me see if that's, I'm going to see what 11 looks. It looks like 11 inches. Might be the right amount. So I'm going to keep this construction paper up against the ruler, and the grid lines over here will tell you if you're straight or not. And then you can get a really straight cut. So when we cut, we're going to pull the handle a little bit towards the left as we go down so that it cuts nicely. So I'm going to do that now. And sometimes it's good to put a hand on this to hold it from moving while you cut. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to take a look at it and see if I trimmed off enough. It looks like I need to trim off a little bit more. The right side is still too big. So I'm going to go ahead and lift up the handle. Looks like I needed to go with 11 inches instead of 11.5. So I'm at 11. I'm going to set this down real quick. And now it looks like I'm ready to glue. I've got all of the edges about the same size. Put this in here. Get out of the way. Gluing is really important. Most middle schoolers do not know how to glue very well. I'm going to talk to you about that. White Elmer's glue is way better than glue stick. White Elmer's glue, way better than glue stick. So I'm going to twist the bottle, check and see if there's any dry glue on the tip. And it looks like it's ready to work. I can hear the air flowing through there. When we glue, we don't use, oh, there's a nice little bonus artwork. We don't use stripes or puddles. In middle school and high school, we start to glue with control. And we're going to put, that's actually too big of a drop. We're going to put small drops around the border. I'm getting better. And so if you do stripes of glue, you're just wasting glue, and you're making it more likely that you're going to have a mess. And what the glue can do to harm your art is it can warp your paper and make little bubbles. So real quick, we want to smear that glue flat and smooth with our fingers, and we want to smear it kind of along the edge. But this is going to control the glue so that it's not going to leak out. So I'm going to go around my border, and if there's a little much glue on my finger, I can rub it in the middle. Go around the border, smear out the glue. It's already warping my paper a little bit in that area because I put too much glue. So now I've got it sticky on the back. We're going to flip it over and make it like a sticker. And then we're going to very carefully put it down and looking at all four sides of the border and trying to make them really straight and even and equal distance. And then you're going to put a hand in the middle and push out and rub down, and just hold your hand still with pressure for like 30 seconds to each area of the artwork. So I've only done about 10 seconds, but I don't want to make you sit here for 2 minutes and watch me glue this down. So rub, and you can see where it's warping my paper a little bit, the glue, because I had too much. But I don't have glue leaking out the sides because I've been thoughtful about applying it with small drops, and I smeared it out. Now it's very important that you put your name and code on the back of your construction paper, the hour of your class, and so if I was first hour B day, I would put a 1B. That's very important. And then I always tell students, if you'd like to do a fancy signature on the front, don't sign the frame, sign it on the artwork somewhere, and you can put a fancy signature or autograph. All right, so color ideas. We've got one that's kind of like Zentangle right there. We got one that's kind of mid. Another one that's kind of mid. So that's silhouette style when the main image is all black with white behind it. There's a colorful background there. There's fireworks, American flag. This one's like a realistic version of an eagle. Some of them are using the grid, some are getting rid of the grid. There's one that's kind of realistic as well. So those are some of the options.